Hey, here's the deal. I um I said that I wasn't going to take that video down, but I decided to because I just recently realized something, and that is that um I feel that it is just no longer worth my time to give that um that energy anymore of my energy, my focus. I have witnessed what I witnessed. I've experienced what I've experienced. What I have grown to know is it doesn't matter how genuine the soul is. It doesn't matter how circumstances could have been outside of your control, how much you may have actually been wronged and really didn't do anything to deserve it. You can't rely on other people's empathy. I continue to learn over and over that relying on the understanding from another being, especially of the opposite sex, is a waste of time. And so in my healing journey, what I did to get through a lot of the trauma that I experienced was I began to open up and just talk very frankly and very poignantly about the pain and the events that took place in my life. The purpose was I had been holding all of that in for years, holding in things that others had done to me and feeling shame for actions that I had and events that I had no control over. And so just blurting it out helped me to face, first of all, to get it out of my soul and to help me face, to deal with it head on, and to deal with it unabashedly when I was expressing it in public to someone else. And it worked. There were multiple topics that I used to cry as soon as I would recall things or they would come up. And it got to a point where I become not calloused, but there was very little emotion. It was more of a matter of fact. It kind of just, it is what it is at this point. I've worked through it and these things happen, unfortunately. The last event that I went through, I put myself out spiritually. I don't think I did anything wrong. I think that for me to want to still have hope and believe in the possibility of love, particularly with a member of our community, is honorable, and there's nothing that I should be ashamed of, nor should I feel stupid about that. Unfortunately, there are challenges that are at this point beyond my control. And it doesn't matter how I try to come and present myself fully. It will always, from what I can tell, it will always be received as a negative. And so, in my opinion, what I'm starting to realize, because I've definitely have had some spiritual growth, is I'm going to stop telling people about my experiences. I'm going to stop telling people about my traumas or my old traumas, and maybe some things, some current things that I might be struggling with. And I'm also going to stop trusting first when it comes to the opposite sex. I'm actually grateful for this experience because there was a lot of things in it that was a reminder. Not only that, but it helped me grow. In that experience, I had realized that there were so many layers that I had placed around me to protect me. I developed a certain personality type to push off people. It was very goofy, very abrasive. And I mean, I'm still, still goofy. And there will probably be a lot of parts of my personality that's abrasive. I think that comes from a natural part of my core being, just being a stern person. But it was over the top. And I realized in that process that I remembered, to be honest, that I had layered these things there. And I was not allowing the woman that I am today to come through when I was dealing with certain individuals, or when I was dealing with individuals in a certain space, like when the space started to feel more intimate, because I was blocking it. I was blocking experiences. I was still afraid. I also understood as well, and I had realized this a while ago, even the weight gain that I had experienced was a method. At first it was subconscious, and then eventually I started becoming consciously aware of protecting myself. Being attractive has always been a way that I would actually draw in negative personalities of the opposite sex. And through not sexual encounters as far as the act, but through that energy, that's where a lot of my pain would be sourced. I have crippled myself by being stuck in one place because of pain. And the reality is that pain is a part of life. It helps us grow. It helps us learn who we are. It helps us become more serious and focused about what our purpose here is on this plane. I also feel that I am beyond needing to explain myself. I used to feel like I did, and I used to feel like I did because I thought if I explained myself, then the other person would understand and not alter their behavior, but I don't know, maybe accept mine. I'm not sure exactly. I would have to kind of meditate on that, or maybe I don't want to admit it subconsciously or something. I don't know. But the point is that there's just no point. There's no point in continuing to be angry at men. There's no point in continuing to bash, to be bitter, to go through the cycle of like letdowns and things like that. There's so much more to life. And I was reminded of that as well. But there's so much more to life. And I saw a woman, and I see a woman today that I want to be, and that I'm growing into, that I have been desiring to become. And it is more beneficial to focus on how these events and these circumstances actually help us evolve spiritually. My gifts are so much more than male trauma. I was put here on this earth to communicate a specific energy, and the more I don't do it, the more I feel terrible about it. And the only person that will suffer by me not expressing it is me. And then, of course, if there are people that I can help through expressing it, they miss out on that energy as well. So at first I thought I wanted to be petty and have fun with the whole idea and topic. But I have changed my mind. That's not happening. I'm not staying stuck in that emotional state. I'm not staying in that awareness. And frankly, my personal business really is my personal business. If I get hurt again romantically in the future, it is what it is. I've been down that road multiple times. I think at this point, I'm a G. I'm a bona fide professional. However, if I so happen to become successful somehow, maybe I've matured in a way, or I've learned something, or maybe it's just the right alignment and it is meant to be. then that's something that I'll enjoy. And if I feel like it's a lesson or something positive that I can share that someone may also use that information to grow from, at that point I'll share it. So for this point forward, I just don't want to talk about that stuff anymore. The only thing that I want to talk about is feminine divinity outside of the masculine scope, is understanding who we are as beings, because that I feel has been lost for centuries. And also helping you develop a healing thumb, so to speak, a healing spiritual thumb. Because the reality is that we're all healers. We're all different types of healers. For example, I do heal with herbs, but I am a beauty healer. I'm a natural beauty healer. And through that, I heal body, I heal soul, I heal spirit. And I think these topics are very important. The thing about love and romance, and when it comes to women today, is that the most important thing is that we grow, and we grow our families forward. The most important thing is that we're injecting positive, uplifting energies that are going to allow our future generations to excel. It's important that we understand our role as mothers and as progenitors. We give birth to our community, and it really doesn't matter who agrees or disagrees with that. And because of that unique role, we actually have a very, very, very special place in cultivating our people. We have given birth to a group of people that hate us. We've given birth to daughters that compete against us, that despise us, and daughters that we compete against and that we abuse and despise. We've given birth to a group of sons that hate us, frankly. And as much as it is terrible that these individuals feel this way, and they have the right to feel and act in their own right, it is still our responsibility to change the culture through the means that we can. And the means that we can is a very powerful means, and that is through our cycle of birth. So with that being said, thank you so much for just watching this video. I am taking down all the rest of the videos. I probably will do some reviews on them in the future, so I can talk about some of the growth processes that I went through, and I can reference different points as examples. But other than that, yeah, let's just open up this new chapter together. And with that being said, peace.